love cold soups, and I thought this was kind of fun. And for our soup, we've got buttermilk. We've got some of our fresh spices, dill and tarragon, some green onions, 3 cucumbers, which we're gonna peel and seed. All right. We did not have fresh chives down there today, so I did get some dried, and you want to use half as much of dried as you do of the fresh. That's just some water. And here's a serrano pepper. It's a little tiny thing over there in our produce department. And one thing, like when we use the jalapenos, you want to be very careful that you don't touch the seeds to your hands and then rub your eyes or touch anything else. So I'm going to use gloves for that, just because I'll never remember not to do that. All right. And if you have gloves, that's a good idea to just use that, just to be safe that you're not going to get any of the seeds or whatever, because they will burn. So I'm going to, let's see, with that there. We're going to cut the top off and split it down the center. And we're going to pull all of this out, the seeds and the membrane here. Can you see that? So we're going to clean all that out. It's still hot, but it's not as dangerous, if you will, without the seeds in it. Okay, we'll put those in there. And our green onions. And because we're putting this in the food processor, you don't have to cut them real small, but you don't leave them in huge chunks, because you'll end up with huge chunks. And I don't like to use too much of the ends. Okay, so I'm going to put that in. All right, let's move this over here. And in the food processor, because there's not a whole lot of stuff in there, you have to kind of scrape the sides so you don't end up with big pieces. And pulse it again. All right, put that aside while we peel our cucumbers. And I peeled these all the way down, unlike the cucumber filling that we made. You still get the idea of green from the green onions or whatever. Green onions and the pepper. So we'll take just about all that off. And again, we're going to seed it. Going to scrape them out with a spoon. And it says, I believe in the recipe, to quarter it. I just cut it in kind of big chunks. Because again, you are using the food processor, so we don't have to be real fine on this. And all these will fit in here. Okay. I always have trouble getting this off. Ooh, except tonight. And I like to leave it just a little bit chunky so it's not so smooth that you don't know what you're eating. Then I think it would be too watery. Okay, and to this we're going to add our 2 cups of buttermilk, which is right here. Our cup of water. Oh, I do need that board. I'm going to chop the spices. Okay, so that's kind of our soup. We need a cup of sour cream. Just to give this a little bit of rich flavor and nice texture. All right. So we got this going on. Whoops. Okay. I need to whisk that. All right, we're going to put this aside while we get put a little salt and pepper in here while we're waiting. A little pepper. And this is just salt and pepper to taste. Okay. And our chives, which we'll put in there. We'll give them a little bit of a chance to rehydrate while we're chopping our fresh. And again, we've got fresh dill and fresh tarragon found in the produce department. And tarragon, I don't know if you remember, smells a little bit like licorice. We'll leave some of it up here so you can smell it. And I just like the leaves. I think the stalks are too hard to chop up. And I don't think you'd want a piece of stalk in there. So we need about 2 tablespoons of this fresh. And again, you remember, if we're chopping up something like this, we're going to roll it up as small as we can. Our 2 teaspoons of our tarragon. I'll leave this up here so you can smell that if you like. And our dill. And that's why this is called triple herb, because we've got dill and tarragon and chives. That's 3. Okay. And anytime you could use the dry spices, but just be careful because you want to not use as much dry as you do fresh. All right. Ooh, this smells so good. Okay, and there's our dill. I'll leave a little piece of dill out there too. Okay, so we've got all of our herbs in here, our salt and pepper, and this is done.